Today, we'll be talking about integers. We're going to learn what an integer is, learn how to compare and order integers, and talk about opposites. So integers, they are positive and negative whole numbers, and they include 0. So integers is just a fancy word for a number. You've been dealing with integers since preschool. 2, 4, 5, -4, -3. With positive numbers, I like to think about it as money that you have in your pocket. Money in your pocket is always a good thing. Money you have. So when we're talking about positive numbers, that's money that you have in your pocket. When we're talking about negative numbers, that is money that you owe Miss Hawkins. Okay, that's money you owe me. That makes it very easy to determine and compare and order integers if you put it in terms of money. Let's try a couple examples. If I want to compare some integers, maybe I want to compare -7 and I want to compare it with 8. So the first thing that I'm going to do is look at the sign in front of the number. I see here that it is negative, so I know that is money I owe Miss Hawkins. I look at the sign here, and because I don't see a sign, I know that it is positive. So that is money I have. That's money that you have in your pocket. So now you kind of play the game, would I rather, or which would I rather? Would you rather owe Miss Hawkins $7? Or would you rather have $8 in your pocket? Right, you'd rather have $8 in your pocket, so we want to make sure that the alligator, go back to 3rd grade, the alligator eats the bigger number. Okay, so the alligator's mouth is going to be open on the 8. Let's try another example. Maybe I have -6, and I want to compare that to -9. When you first look at it, some people commonly make the mistake, oh, -9 is bigger. But that's not the case. Let's go back to our money. Negative means it's money you owe. Would you rather owe me $6? This is negative also, so that's money you owe. Or would you rather owe me 9? Right, you would rather owe me $6. So actually, -6 is greater than -9. You would rather owe me $6 than owe me $9. Let me show you how this works. Typically, you can use a number line to help you compare and order integers. So if I draw a number line, of course we know 0 is in the middle, our positive numbers are to the right, and our negative numbers are to the left. In the last scenario, we just compared -6 and -9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are our negative numbers. We have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and -9. So we were talking about -6 and -9. We know that the further we go to the right, the larger our numbers get, okay? They're getting positive and larger as we go to the right. The further we go to the left, our numbers are decreasing or getting smaller. So if we look at our two numbers, -9 and -6, you ask yourself, which one is further on the right? Which one is closer to 0 when you're dealing with negative numbers? And in this case, -6 is closer to 0 than -9. And so therefore, owing $6 is greater than owing $9, okay? You would rather owe 6 than owe 9. Another way that you could model this problem is by using counters. And some of you have some counters at home. If you don't have counters, you could use 2 different colored beans. They would work. I'm going to use 2 different color markers. And so let's say my black is going to represent positive. So maybe I have 1, 2, 3. Maybe I have +3. And my red is going to represent negative. So I have -2. So when they give you a picture, the first thing that you want to do is change it to a number. They usually will have a key. Well, they will always have a key, and they will say that this is positive, and then I told you that this was negative. You want to be careful and make sure you read the key just to be sure you're making the correct numbers. So it says black or positive. So I have 1, 2, 3. So that's +3. And it says red is negative. So I have -2. Now I want to compare it. So I'm going to look at it. This, there's no sign in front of it. It's positive. So it's money I have. And this is -2, so it's money that I owe. So now you ask yourself, would you rather have $3 or owe $2? Right, you would rather have $3. So we know that +3 is greater than -2. Okay, next I want to show you how we put numbers in order from least to greatest, or sometimes greatest to least. Ascending are numbers that are in order from least to greatest. So ascending is a great vocabulary word, and it just means least to greatest. You put your numbers in order from small to big. And descending, you put your numbers in order from big to small, or greatest to least. So it is important to know ascending is going up and descending is going down. How I remember it, descending begins with D and down begins with D. So D, descending, down. Let's try an example. I like to use a deck of cards. It is a great activity to model ordering integers. So here I have 4 playing cards. The cards I have, I should tell you that the red are going to be negative in this case and the black are going to be positive. So I have -2, I have -4, I have +6, and I have +8. So the first thing I'm going to do is write my numbers down on the board. So it says I have 8, I have -2, I have -4, and I have +6. All I did was copy the numbers down from my playing cards. And now what I need to do is put these in, let's do ascending order. So we know ascending means to go up. We're going to be going from least to greatest. And the easiest way to put these numbers in order is by using a number line. We know 0 goes in the middle. We know our positive numbers go to the right and our negative numbers go to the left. Now one suggestion, and I find it easier, is I circle all my positive numbers first. I have a +8 and I have a +6. The reason I like my positive numbers first is because we've been dealing with them forever. They're just our counting numbers, okay? So they're easy for me to plot on the number line. I need to plot 6 and 8. So when I count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have a 6 right here and I have an 8 right here. So I'm going to put my dots, okay? The next numbers I have are -2 and -4. I need to extend my number line to the negative side, left of 0. So I have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. And I want -2, so that's -1, -2. And I want -4, so here's -4. So using the number line, it's very easy to put these numbers in either ascending or descending order. But my question said, what are the numbers in order from least to greatest? So I read it from left to right. So the first number I come across is -4. The second number I come to is -2. The next number is 6. And the last number is 8. So my answer from those cards are -4, -2, 6, and 8. That is how you can use a number line to put them in either ascending or descending order. If they're in ascending order, you read it left to right. You read it from small to big. And if it's in descending order, you would read it from right to left or greatest to least. One last thing on integers before I let you go. We're going to talk about opposites. And opposites is exactly how it sounds. If I want the opposite of positive 6, it would be negative 6. If I want the opposite of negative 2, the opposite, that's negative 2, so the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. Or you would just see it as 2. Typically, you don't see the positive sign in front of a positive number. You just see the number by itself, and it is known that it is positive. What if I wanted the opposite of 4? What's the sign in front of the 4? We don't see a sign, so we know it's positive. So the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. Let's do one more. If I have negative 6, the opposite, I see that's negative, so the opposite of negative is positive. The opposite of negative 6 would be positive 6. So hopefully you learned a little bit about integers. If you put it in terms of money, it is very helpful. Positive, money you have. Negative, money you owe. Use your number line, use your counters. It will help you in the long run. And I hope you have a great day. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.